You good?
I'm already recording.
Okay, I'll crop it out.
Okay.
Okay, so today what we're going to do is have a book talk about a book that I read that I think some of you might find really interesting. So this is the front cover of the book, and it's called One Crazy Summer by Rita Williams Garcia. Okay, does anybody notice anything special about the front cover of the book?
Yes.
Brantley, what do you notice?
It's 3 African American girls.
There's 3 African American girls. Good, Taraya.
They got on dresses.
They have on pretty dresses, yeah. So we think this book might be about the 3 sisters, right? So these 3 sisters are Delphine, Vinetta, and Fern, okay? And so what they do during their One Crazy Summer, they fly from Brooklyn, which is where they live, to Oakland because they're in search of their mother who actually abandoned them when they were young. So they're trying to find their mom. And when they get there, instead of their mom kind of like opening them with open arms and running up to them, she kind of doesn't want a whole lot to do with them, and she sends them to a summer camp. And the summer camp is called the Black Panthers. And so they spend most of the summer there instead of getting to know their mom. And at the summer camp, they learn different things about how to protect themselves and how to protect their rights because it's set in 1968. So it's from a long time ago, and we know from 1968 that this book is going to be set in a time where people might not have had the best feelings about African American people, or they judged them based on their skin color. So they learned about different things like that, and it kind of talks about their experiences as African Americans. So a lot of us can relate to this book today, which is why I also think it would be a really good book for us to read. Yes, Taraya.
Is this book a true story?
Well, it's actually historical fiction. So historical fiction means that it could have actually happened, but this story didn't actually happen. So it's not a true story, but it could have happened, okay? And it's set in the past, so it's historical fiction, okay? And I don't want to spoil anything in case you want to read it if you're interested in it. But it does talk about their feelings toward their mom and kind of what happens at the end. I don't want to give away anything if you want to read it.
How many pages are there?
There are 215 pages, and it's a 4.7 AR level, okay? So it's right around a lot of y'all's level, okay? So if you want to read it, it would be a really good book for you to read, okay? But if you think you're interested in it, I would really recommend this book to you guys. I think a lot of y'all could relate to it. Even though it's set in 1968, a lot of the things are what people experience today.
This book was written in 1968.
It's set in 1968. So the setting is in 1968, okay? Do any of y'all think that you could relate to the story of this book a little bit, just from what was said? Blondell, what do you think?
I think because I like the girls, like they like the same. They have the same skin color, and I would try to find my mom until she would abandon me.
Because you have the same skin color as the girls, and you're trying to find your mom. Yeah, well, that's good. Anybody else think they would relate to it? Yes, Carrie.
Technically, because they're the same color as me. If my mama would have left me and I was stuck with my daddy, I would have ran away. I would have went to where I think she would be, and I would try to find her, like go step for step, and try to get in contact with her.
So you might also try to find your mom, get in contact with her. Yeah. So it talks about the girls getting in contact with their mom, and I don't want to spoil some things for you guys, but it talks about how they feel about it when they see their mom, okay? So I would really recommend this book to you guys. I think it's really important that we read books that are diverse like this, especially because a lot of you can relate to it in here, okay? So if you want to read it, I'll have it in here for anybody who wants to read it. You can take an AR test if you want to on it, or we might even read it as a class one day, okay? All right? So if you want to be interested in it, you can come up and talk to me later too, okay? All right. Anything else y'all want to share?
No.
Good? Okay.